Hi, welcome to another Level 2 Statistical Inference video. We now begin our journey on talking about the analysis. So in our statistical cycle, we've done the problem, the planning, we've collected our sample and our data, and now we're going to start talking about some advice for the analysis. The analysis of the data will be broken up into the following sections: the position, the spread, and the shape and any interesting features. Let's start with the position. The position refers to the parameter that is under investigation that you chose in your problem. And we are strongly encouraging you work with the median. But it also refers to the middle 50%, i.e. the box in the box and whisker. And you are required to discuss the similarities and differences between the two groups. So, a couple of examples to show you what we mean. Here's the time taken to run a marathon between females and males. Here's the statistics that NZ graph pops up. Now the medians would be given straight away, and we can see that the median for the males is 228.5 minutes and the median for the females is 248.45 minutes. So the median for the females is further to the right and is greater than the males. But it's not just the median that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the box, the middle 50%. So here's the middle 50% for both sets of data. And if I was to move those up to right in the same space, you can see that they've overlapped. Now in the level 1 statistics, if the boxes overlap, we're pretty confident that we can't make a call if there are differences between the two medians. If, however, we had a different example, the mass of males and female kiwi birds, and we once again looked at the middle 50% and dragged those boxes up to the middle, you see that there's no overlap. And we're pretty confident if the boxes don't overlap that there is a difference between those two groups. Right, let's move on to the spread. The spread refers to how close together or how spread out the data is. And we often refer to the term variation, i.e. a larger spread means a greater variation within the data. You are required to discuss similarities and differences of spread between the two groups. Now, spread consists of the following statistics. We've done range before and we've done interquartile range. We haven't done standard deviation. So the range is the highest minus the lowest. But be careful, the range is often affected by extreme values or outliers. We've done interquartile range, which is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. It only looks at the spread of the middle 50%, the box. Now, what we haven't done is the standard deviation. So here we go. The standard deviation is a more detailed way to measure spread. Standard deviation is simply an average distance that each value is away from the mean. So here's a set of data, and here is the mean. So looking at each set of data, looking at the 13, we're 4 below the mean. 15 is 2 below the mean. 16 is 1 below the mean. 19 is 2 above the mean. And 22 is 5 above the mean. And basically, if we took all those distances away from the mean and averaged them, there's a little bit more of a trick. Don't just add them up and divide by 5. Then we find what we call the standard deviation. Now, the standard deviation has the following symbol. It's called sigma. It's like a circle with a flick. Right, a second quick example, because the standard deviation can be affected by extreme values. See this value here, which is quite high compared to the rest? The standard deviation does get affected because that value is 29 above the mean. But because we're averaging it out, all the other numbers as well, it's not that important. Basically, the larger the standard deviation is, the more spread out the data is. Right, very quick example to finish off. So here we go, we've got some heights of Year 9 males and Year 9 females and some means. So here are the means of the females, 145, and the males at 140, and the standard deviations. Now, because the standard deviations of the males is larger, that means the data for the males is more spread out. And the females is not so spread out. So that's basically an idea of what standard deviation does. Right, thanks for watching.